Qantas this morning has revealed it will smash its previous record profit this year by up to $1 billion. Our business editor Ross Greenwood has all the details. Ross, the airline's back close to its pre-COVID levels now, but with record airfares, it seems that profit's way higher.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Qantas already we knew was having a pretty terrific financial year in terms of its profits and its earnings and its recovery. This, an airline, of course, that Alan Joyce reminds us, was just 11 weeks from potentially collapsing during COVID. So now, despite having made $1.4 billion in the first half of the year, it now says that it could make as much as close to $2.5 billion for the full financial year. Just to give you some reference here, if you go back in history, 2018 was its record profit previously. That was $1.5 billion. So this is close on $1 billion better than that. Its debt is going to reduce. At one stage, those debts at Qantas were more than $7 billion. It's got a share buyback here that it's going to be increasing. And really what it's saying is that the industry is stabilising as fuel costs continue to rise. That coming, of course, as the oil prices continued to drop in recent weeks, which clearly aids the profitability of the airlines.
So, Ross, is it clear to say that the airline industry is normalising probably a lot quicker than most had expected?
I think that's pretty true, and you can see that even with the aircraft that Qantas is bringing back out of the deserts. By the end of this year, it will have brought back pretty much most of its aircraft from the Mojave Desert. There are 3 more A380s that are sitting there, wide-body jets, big jets that can take more capacity. So it's putting more capacity back into the skies, and it also today showed the group capacity, showed how this is starting to rise and the expectations of this. So this is pretty much looking at the the overall capacity. But when you go to the domestic capacity, it's even higher, suggesting in the first half of next year, domestic capacity will be at 108% and the international capacity will be at 85%. Now, of course, we've all seen the significant rise in airfares over a period of time. That was partly as a result of Qantas holding back staff and aircraft in case of COVID outbreaks. And so what they effectively did was try to make certain that their reliability factor was improved by having staff and aircraft on standby. Those are now starting to go back into the system. So all of this is starting to at least have some impact, not only on the profitability, but also then you'd have to suggest the competition in the airspace as well.
So, Ross, what does it mean for us, the passengers? What does it mean for airfares and also the reliability of some of those Qantas services?
Well, just going to that whole point, the more aircraft that are back in the sky, the greater the reliability, and also with more airfares coming in, especially from overseas, and in particular the Chinese carriers coming back into the Australian markets in a big way, will mean that there's more pressure on airfares to fall. This is something that Qantas is saying here, that they do see, if you like, some stabilisation of airfares. Now, I wouldn't suggest that the fares are likely to go back to pre-COVID levels anytime soon. I don't think that's in the airline's best interests, but it's only through competition that it will drive those prices down and also probably start to normalise some of these profits, these extraordinary profits that Qantas is making now. Now, this profit result won't be out until the results come out in about another 3 or 4 months' time. You can see here the Qantas shares unusually today, interestingly enough, down by around 1.7% when the overall market is higher. And so that suggests that maybe some of the analysts who watch Qantas were anticipating even more from the airline.
Goodness. OK, Ross, appreciate the analysis. Thank you.